Hey guys, and welcome back to another weekend roundup. Today we're going to take a look at the mods released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week of March 25th through March 29th. Man, this was a very busy week. Seems like I've said that so many times over the last maybe 4 weeks or so. But it was a very busy week over the Giants Mod Hub. I think we had a total of 35 mods, either updated or new releases this week. We had 3 maps, several scripts, several placeables, and many vehicles and implements. So what we're going to do in this video is we are going to highlight all of the mods that are new, with the exception of a few script mods that I'm going to talk to you about in that segment. We are not going to cover any of the mods that are updated, other than just a brief highlight that there has been an update, and pretty much that is about it. So, without further ado, let's jump over to the Mod Hub itself and just do a cursory look at the mods that were released this week. So here we are at the Mod Hub, and starting down here, we started the week out with 4 placeables, a silage fork, and a bale grab, a pretty cool weight pack, and we have the Joskin Modulo 2. This was updated this week. The update is new Michelin tire configurations and Flegel instead of stack as selectable brand. So I really liked this mod when it came out the first time around, because it let you change the colors of your hoses and let you pick different brands and everything. Overall, it is a pretty cool slurry spreader. And then, drop the bomb on us, we had the skidder from Black Sheep Modding come out. We're going to take a look at that here in a bit. Got a slurry tanker with injector. Got a cultivator and, well, another cultivator here. And then we move on into the first page of mods. We also this week had the release of the Anderson Group DLC on Tuesday. So that was also this week. Very busy week. Got a cool little animal trailer. Another placeable. We got a Strawderman trailer. We've got a return of the Amazon 9 D pack, or the D9 pack from Farm Sim 17. I'm really glad to see this come back. Got another bale trailer. We saw another update to Mercury Farms. Alien Jim was spot on with this update the day after the Anderson Group DLC came out with the new poplar baler, which does require an update, by the way. If you've got a mod map that has not been updated since the Anderson DLC, don't try to sell poplar bales, because it won't work. You need to have the map get updated. And Mercury Farms was indeed updated, and it was updated within 24 hours of the Anderson DLC coming out. That was quite amazing. We've got a cool trailer tanker combination, and this tanker is pretty darn cool. Got a bale fork that has all kinds of tricks up its sleeve. Vehicle Park, which is a script mod, it was updated. We've got a prefab here. Now, if you do not use the Giants editor, this prefab is not a placeable item. It is for folks who build maps. They can put this into their maps with this prefab. We've got this cool old looking tractor we're going to take a look at. The front loader axle lock script. This came out over at Ellis Mod Company several months ago. I did do a video on that back then, and we're not going to really profile it this week. We've got an inspector mod. We'll take a look at that in the script section. Follow me, guys. This has to be one of the most exciting mods to be released this week by Decker. This is a very popular mod in Farm Sim 17. And as you can see in the picture, what we have here is we've got the Big M. Behind that, we have auto following. Got a tractor with a windrower following. Then we've got a tractor with a baler following. Then we have a tractor with a wrapper following. And then we have a tractor with a bale loading trailer following it. All of these tractors are basically following each other, who is following the Big M, which you are driving. And in one pass of the field, you're basically mowing, raking, baling, wrapping, and picking it up. We've got an interesting interrogator. a 9205 manure spreader. This thing is quite the beast looking thing. We got a carrion shed. We had this is a modded version of the ACO Ideal that we have in game, and this thing is pretty cool. We got auto drive. I am not going to do this mod a favor because I don't understand it. I don't get it. I didn't use it. If it came out in 17, I never used it. I've got a big sense in my heart that it probably is going to take a couple hours of just messing with it to just even scratch the surface to understand it. But at the heart, it looks like it allows you to configure vehicles to drive themselves around the map to different destinations. In the mod are config files for the 2 base game maps. I don't know what it will do if you try to load this up in a mod map. I don't know if it auto scans and somehow auto figures out where the roads are and where all the sell points are and stuff, or if you basically have to go in and record the driving course. I typically don't mind driving around the map from sell point to farm, from farm to shop, farm to field. It's kind of course play-ish from the standpoint that you can have it drive around. But even with course play, I end up just driving around and then setting course play off on field work. Does not look like auto drive will do field work. It just looks like it drives your vehicles around from point A to point B and then stops. Got the new Woodshire map came out this week. We had an update to the trailer pack here. Light Control is a script mod. The Old Stream Farm, yet another Black Sheep modding mod this week. The much anticipated The Old Stream Farm. And then we've got a Valzil trailer that we're going to take a look at. And while we're here talking about the Giants website, let's take a look at the mods daily testing updates for Friday, March 29th. You can see we have 156 mods pending testing. They are slowly but surely whittling down the numbers. It seems like just last week we were up in the 180s or so. So we've got 30-some mods released this week, but we still have 156 pending testing. And some of the mods listed here are indeed already released, like Old Stream Farm, the trailer pack here. I guess that's pretty much the only ones I think that were listed in this group that got released on Friday. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in and start taking a look at some of these vehicles and implements. So guys, the first mod we're going to take a look at is the Terragator 9205. This mod is available for all platforms and is by FA285634. Interesting enough, this mod is, we have another Terragator that was not released in the Mod Hub that is available for PC players that has interchangeable back-end parts. But this particular Terragator is a manure spreader only. So we can find this particular mod over under crop protection. So we've got the Stara sprayer, the Rubicon sprayer, and then we have the self-propelled Challenger Terragator manure spreader. Holds 45,000 liters, 26 miles per hour top speed, 1,000 liter fuel capacity, and this is a joke, right? 1,570 horsepower. Alrighty then. So here we go. We've got the interesting and unique tricycle looking Terragator. Change the main color to whatever we want. We got Challenger blue, and then we can change the design color to whatever we want. We can go to Lemkin blue. Now, the design color. First off, you think, oh, it does the wheel hubs, right? No, obviously it doesn't do that. It basically changes this little back plate. That's all it changes. It doesn't change anything in the cab. It doesn't do anything else. This changes the back plate. So let's just go ahead and pick New Holland blue just to match her up there. Okay. So after we do the paint job, comes in at $178,300. Again, the base price is $175,000. That's $9,093 as configured to lease. $1,783 per day and $3,744 per operating hour. Let's go ahead and lease up one of these things. Get a little closer look at this. Kind of an interesting mod here. So we've got the engine in the front. We've got one large, wide front wheel. And then we've got a pair of rear axles. We have hoses here because we must have some continuous air pressure, air monitoring system on our rear tires. Got the big fertilized spreader on the back. Let's just go ahead and jump on in this thing. Take a look at the outside. Let's turn on the lights. Front lights. Rear lights. And look at that. We've got side lights that light up the little Challenger. That is pretty cool. So do we have started up? We have four-way flashers. The front and the rear. Left and right blinkers. Brake lights. We have reverse lights. Unfold it. The little gate plate raises up. That is the only thing that is colored on here. We do have beacons. And let me get my head tracking on. I realized I didn't have that on just a few moments ago, and I can't change the camera around in the cab at the moment. But one thing you can't see is the interior of the cab stays yellow, even though we can change the color of the outside. So let me get that on for you. Alright, so let's go ahead and reset this. Now let's just take a look around. Pretty basic interior. Nothing really animated other than the steering wheel. Pretty decent view of visibility. Mirrors. Not how practical the mirrors are, but at any rate. What I'm going to do is I've got one already up here. Loaded up with manure. What I'm going to do is this is the default coloring. Just going to back this thing up here. I'm going to use this field. This thing has a 24-meter working width. Let's go ahead and start it off. See, we do not have care tires on here. We are destroying crop. And I'm going to go ahead and hire a helper. And we're just going to sit along here to see how this thing works. Did see some folks on Facebook commenting about having hired helper problems with this. I just want to see how it handles the turn up here. Got some spreader plates are nicely animated on the back. Might be spinning a bit slow, but at any rate, what are you doing? Gonna turn around. Okay. Right, well, that was kind of interesting. Not sure why he didn't go all the way to the edge of the field there. Close that up. Park this off here to the side. Turn her off. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at our next mod. And our next mod is the HTZ 17221-21. That is quite a mouthful. By Russ Agrata. That is a large, cool looking old school tractor. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here. It is under medium tractors. It's 240 horsepower, 24 miles per hour, and $55,221 to purchase as its base configuration. 55,221. Okay. $2,816 to lease, $552 per day, and $1,159 per operating hour. Let's take a look at some of the configuration options here. We've got the model selection, a 2010 model, 2015 model, 2010 and 2015 model. We just changed, it looks like, the cab color. Then we go back to, not sure what year that model is. Change up the wheel wells a little bit here. Wheel brand, the Rosva wheels, Michelin. So under, and then Rosva, we have standard, twin wheels. The tread pattern on that is pretty cool. Rosva tires. We can go to Michelin. We have standard, twin, and then we have air filter selection. Design 1, Design 2, Design 3, Design 4. Back to Design 1. We have 3-point, our tow bar for the rear. That is pretty cool. Let's go back to 3-point. Let's lease this thing up. And let's see what this beast looks like. So if you're doing an old school European map, this might be the thing you want to get for some pretty high horsepower. Let's take a look on the inside. So the driving position is off center. Interesting. This is an articulated tractor. I like the hoses. Look at how the hoses are moving there. Start this thing up. We have an animated drive shaft there. Got two drive shafts. We've got two knuckle joints. Hydraulic cylinders, basically rotating the body there. Let's take a look at the mirrors. We do have working mirrors. Looks like the we have working pedals and shifters. Gauges light up. We do have light indicators. That's pretty cool. Do have animated gauges. It's pretty cool. All right, let's take a look at the lights. There are front lights. There are rear lights. There are third stage lights. Beacon. We don't have a beacon, but we do have 3 lights at the top that turn on when we tip our beacon. Let's check 4 ways on the back. We have 4 ways on the back and the front, left, right. This is pretty interesting. Off center steering position. You have PTO on here. Got the 3-point hitch option. Then remember, we had a drawbar option. So this tractor is for PC and Mac only. Let's go ahead and put that over here. And next up, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the skidder, the MF320 from Black Sheep Modding. Let's go ahead and take a look here under Forestry Machines. Got the skidder 320, $70,000. just 80 horsepower. We thought this thing would have more horsepower than that. 15 miles per hour. Look at this. This crazy beast. Now, I don't have any logs prepared to grab this. I should have thought about that. I don't have any. So what we can do is we can change our main color from yellow to orange to red. And a rim color from yellow to gray to red. Let's do orange and gray. Change the wheel brand from Trelleborg to the chains. The almost the chains. So just call them the chains. And under Trelleborg we have standard and twin wheels. And under the chains we've got Pro Grip F. Those are some nasty looking chains. Pro Grip FF in duals. There we go. We have singles or duals. Let's go ahead and leave the chains on. And as configured, $76,300 to purchase, $3,891 to lease, $963 per day, and $1,602 per operating hour. Now this mod also comes with a trailer. It is probably under low loaders. Under low loaders, we have the 320 trailer, $6,000. Again, we can get it in main color of yellow, Challenger yellow. Let's go with Star Orange to match our skidder. And we have semi-trailer or trailer. So under semi-trailer, we've got obviously the fifth wheel hitch, and trailer we have the normal hitch. $7,000 as configured with the color change, $357 per to lease, $70 per day, and $147 per operating hour. So let's go ahead and get our tractor here, and let's hook up to this trailer. See what kind of options it has. Now, this mod is available for all platforms, PC and console. Hook up, we've got animation there on the legs. Pull up the F1 menu. Basically, we right click and not seeing this do anything. This does. Alright, we X to unfold it. So I don't know what the mouse was doing. Jump on over here. Take a little closer look at this bad boy. We got, look at those gnarly chains. They will bite into the dirt. This thing is This thing is definitely ready for business. Steering wheel, we got animated gauges. Gauges don't light up. Wouldn't really expect them to light up. Animated pedals. We're going to take a look at the lights. Got our front stage lights. Rear lights. Do have beacons. Left mouse and go up and down with the front blade. Do right mouse click. We go up and down. We raise and lower the rear arm. And if we click both mouse buttons and we go up and down, we will open and close the wood grabber claw. Pretty simple controls. Now let's see here. The screenshots appeared as if this thing has a little trick up its sleeve. Let's go over here and let's just drop the blade down and see what it does. check something. I thought that this would plow the field, plow the ground. Maybe that was something else that I was seeing. Looks like it was something else that I was seeing. You can basically just use this to push logs around, get them all lined up in a bunch. So you can come back here, open the claw up. Open the claw up like this. Lower them down on the logs. Close the claw around them. Pick them up and then drive them down to a central processing location to cut them up further or load them onto a trailer. Let's go ahead and move this over here and just load it up and see how she sits on the trailer. So the blades rose all the way up. Kind of just sits there between the axles of the trailer. Pretty cool. Up here, hit X to fold it up. And there we go. Now we're ready to drive the skidder around. Guys, that is the Massey Ferguson 320 skidder by Black Sheep Modding. Turn this off. What we're going to go ahead and do is clean up our mess over here, and then we'll prep for the next implement. So guys, up next we've got the Ideal AGCO Harvester Pack. Find these obviously under vehicles and then harvesters. Scrolling over here, we've got the standard in-game Ideal, and the standard in-game Ideal is black, and of course it could be Fendt, Massey Ferguson, or Challenger, and it can be an 8T or a 9T, but the only color option is black. The only wheel options is tracked, and well, there you go, $465,000. So let's take a look at the mod Ideal AGCO. So we can get it in black, but look at this, we can get it in Fendt green, Massey Ferguson gray, red, Challenger orange, or Challenger yellow. Get rim color. We can get it in gray, red, white, black, or a lighter shade. Let's get this in. Let's go with that color, maybe. And then design color. We can go with gray. Same general colors. Let's go orange. And the design color changes the jump seat and the main operator seat and the cushion colors. Let's change that to black. See those change right on in there. Let's change it to green and back to orange. Okay. And then as far as wheel configurations go, we have Trelleborg crawler track. We have standard tires, wide tires, twin wheels, and back to crawler track. Then we have Michelin twin wheels. We have Fendt, Massey Ferguson, our Challenger logos, and of course we have the Ideal 8 or 9T. So as configured, $465,000, $23,715 to lease, $4,650 to buy or per day, and $9,765 per operating hour. Go ahead and get this thing. And these mods also include headers. So if we go over here to our header trailers, our headers, scrolling over here, we have the AGCO PowerFlow and the AGCO Dynaflex 9255. So we have a 12-meter header, both 12-meter headers, $79,000 and $78,000 respectively. We can get a color option, so we can get it matching Fendt, or not Fendt, but Challenger orange, should we so wish. We've got the Dynaflex. Again, we can get it in Fent or Challenger Orange and get the Challenger logo on it, should we so wish. And let's take a look at the corn headers. So it does not come with a corn header. You could get the Quasar if you wanted to and go with Star Orange. I don't know how close that would match. Let's just go ahead and take a look. There they are. So let's see, how close of a look is Star Orange? I don't know. You ask me, that looks close enough. Got the two headers. One has a belt. It's not. It's a big old idea with the crawler track in Challenger Orange. Animated joystick. Fold this. Let's see, do we have any custom header trailers for this? We have the Leguan Quattro 60. We can get in Challenger Orange, rim color, get a matching set there. There you go, guys. We've got the Ideal 9 by Adren, AHRAN modding, and this is available for all platforms. So, once again, we're going to go ahead and clean up our mess here and get ready to start looking at some front loader implements. All right, we are all ready to go. We're ready to take a look at some front loader attachments. So first up, we've got the Flegel Silo Grab Shovel. This mod is by Gamer8250. It is available for all platforms, and it is basically a silage fork / bucket that is also able to basically move bales around. Here we go. We've got the Flegel Silo Grab Shovel, $2,200. See, it is good for chaff, hay, straw, grass, silage, and manure. There are no configuration options on this thing. We do have hoses. Be interesting to see if these hook up. Really wish more front loader attachments actually had hoses that hooked up. $2,200 to buy, $112 to lease, $22 per day, and $46 per operating hour. Go ahead and hook up to our tractor. Let's get our front loader arms on. Let's hook up to our bucket. Oh, sadly, we don't have hoses hook up. Let's see how we control this thing. So we left click and left and right to open and close the claw. So let's open the claw all the way up and see how well this thing works to grab a bale. No doubt you'd be able to scoop up manure with this. Did I tell you what the capacity on this thing was? I don't think I did. It has a capacity of 1,140 liters of manure or chaff. Slide on in there. There we can move our bale around. I suppose we could clamp down on it also. And there we go. The bale ain't going nowhere. So we open up the claw. It slides on out. There we go. That is pretty cool. Pretty cool implement indeed. And it is available for all platforms. So next up, we're going to take a look at the Lizard SH1 bale grab by Whoopster. This can be found, or Whopster, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This can be found actually under baling technologies. We have here the Lizard SH1 for $1,050, $53 to lease, $10 per day, and $22 per operating hour. Change the color should you so wish. And this comes in telehandler or front loader variants. So let's just go ahead and get the front loader variant of this. See how well she works. This is available for all platforms, PC and console. And we've got what looks like hose hookups. Let's see, do they hook up? They do not hook up. Maybe they hook up with other loader arms. So they don't hook up with the in-game stoles. So let's see how this works. So of course, left click, left and right, up and down, move our loader arms. And right click, left and right opens and closes the grabber there. Up and down doesn't do anything. Let's see how well we can grab this round bale. Whoa. Go. Squeeze it a little bit. Well, there you go. Grabbed fairly well. Now I'm starting to wonder, I wonder if this is supposed to let's open this up a little bit. I wonder if this is supposed to there we go. I wonder if this would work better if it was on its side than on its edge. Go down here. Just grip it. Pick it up. Here it is. So yeah, that looks like that's grabbing it a bit better. Drop it. Now let's go over here and see if we can pick up this square bale. Hopefully not knock the other square bales over. Put down under here, pull up to it, squeeze it shut. There we go. Transport one square bale. Also, should we so wish. Go ahead and disconnect from that. And go ahead and take a look at our next mod, which is the safety. Nope. Is the BM1200. I had the tabs in the wrong order. So the BM1200 is a front loader bale fork that can actually be reconfigured to several different options. Let's go ahead and just get our tractor in position here. Take a look at it in the shop. Go to tools and back to front loaders for this one. We have the BM1200, $950 as configured with bottom tines only. We can change the color whenever we want. Also change the configuration to bottom and middle tines. Good for 2 bales. Or top tines. Or a manure fork. So if it's a manure fork, it holds 1,200 liters. Bottom tines, middle, and top. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a look at the top variant of this. And you can see just by looking at this beside the bales, this is going to work. It's designed to work perfectly with 3 bales. Let's back up and see how this works. So of course, left and right controls the loader arms, and right click, left and right opens and closes claw. And you're seeing right click up and down raises and lowers. So this could be, I guess in its down position, it could be good for maybe 2 bales. And in its raised position, it would be for 3 bales. Let's open it up. Let's raise it up. Again, right click, up, down. and left and right. So I don't have a rear weight on this, so let's see how well that works out. Slide on in there. See the bottom tines are in the bottom bale, the middle tines are in the middle bale, and then we're going to right click and claw down on there. Right click and drop down a little bit. Now we've got, oh, what? What? How is this possible? Let's claw down on you a little more. How is this? Alright. Careful. Don't slam that down too much. I don't know why it's sliding off. I mean, if I clamp down on this, that should basically have all the bales clamped down, but you can see they are still sliding a little bit. This mod is by JTav. It is available for all platforms, PC and consoles. So now we're going to take a look at the safety weight pack. This is basically a bumper weight. This can be found under weights. Let's go ahead and take a look. This is by Spidey and is available for all platforms. So let's go ahead and take a look here at weights. Scrolling over here, we've got the safety bumper and the safety weight 2000. The safety bumper is $550. It's just a 3-point bumper with little side markers and looks like a light or reflectors. So we can change the design color. This changes these areas. We can change the main color. Which changes the whole thing. So let's go with main color of Fent green. Design color of, is there a secondary Fent color? There we go. We're just going to go with that. Go ahead and lease. Oops. Oops. Let's go ahead and lease this. As configured, $1,650. Oh, wow. That's expensive to color that. $84 to lease, $16 per day, and $34 per operating hour. And let's take a look at the safety weight. It's basically the bumper with a weight added to it. Again, we can do the same configuration. Main color, green. Green. Design color. Go. $2,650 as configured. $135 per day and $26 per hour or per day. Oh, hold on. $135 to lease, $26 per day, and $55 per operating hour. If I leased that or not, I did. What we're going to do is let's take a look and look up to the weight version first. Here's the weight version. We got 2,000 kilograms of weight on this. If we go in cab, we can see the marker poles there. This might be pretty good for a bale pusher. Also, looks pretty sweet. I like that. I like that. Look up to this one. Go. Have lights, all of that. We got lights on the bottom, LED lights on the bottom and on the side there. They flash. Nope. They do come on. That's pretty cool. I was hoping maybe we could hit X and kind of fold that or something to make it wider, expand it out. If we had maybe dual wheels or something, but it looks like we're pretty much that is what we get. But yeah, the fact they light up, that is pretty cool. Alright guys, so that is the safety bumper weight pack by Smitey. And again, it is available for all platforms. Let's drop that off. Let's pick up this weight and move on to take a look at some trailers. Alright guys, so first up in our trailer section, we're going to take a look at the Slurry Tanker 14 with injector. This is by Turbo Gamer, and this mod is available for all platforms. Go to Tools, and we go over here to Slurry Tanks. Scroll all the way over here to the mod section. We see we have the Lizard Slurry Tanker 14 for $11,000. And it holds 14,000 liters, has 150 horsepower requirement, holds slurry and digestate. And then we have the companion slurry injector. Well, we could use this alone, has 9 meter working width, or we could hook it up to a slurry injector, which has just a 2.5 meter working width, 6 miles per hour on that, and adds an additional 50 horsepower. So let's take a look at the tank itself. Pretty simple tank, no configuration options going on here. $11,000 to buy again, $561 to lease, $110 per day, and $231 per operating hour. Go ahead and take a look at the injector. Also, no configuration options. $1,000 to buy, $51 to lease, $10 per day, and $21 per operating hour. A little closer look at these. So we have hoses, we've got a PTO hookup, our injectors. There is the applicator. Alright, so let's hook up with our Fent, since we've got it down here. So we do have hose and PTO hookup. This is a pretty long tank. Up this. I don't have any way of putting slurry into this, so we're just going to drag it up the hill real quick and just drop it down in the field and drag it a little bit. Looks like it'd be a pretty good slurry tank for someone who is, you know, starting small, cheap, low horsepower requirements. 9 meter spread on the slurry tank, not too bad of a actual spreading width. Let's go ahead and drop this down. We are cultivating. I imagine we're going to go through a whole heck of a lot of slurry at 2.5 meter working width. There you go. That is the Slurry Tanker 14 with injector. And drop that off, and I'm going to go ahead and drive down to the shop, and we'll continue once we get down there. All right. So next up, we've got a pair of trailers. We've got the MBP9 and the FMSZ 2K by Patty's Modding. This mod is available for all platforms. And let's take a look here at the trailer first. Scroll over here. We've got the MBP9. Holds 11,800 liters of product. See, it holds all the standard fill types here on the map. There you go. We've got our choice of rim color. Go with light red on the rim color. Got a choice of the main color, which is the main frame of the trailer. And then we have the design color, which is the color of the top of the trailer. Looks like we can adjust the capacity from 11,800 liters to a bale loading wagon. Those are our only options there. We have a standard attacher or a trailer hitch. Looks like we could train these together. And interesting enough, with the trailer hitch, it looks like we get a little. Oh, that is a power hookup, isn't it? That's what that's for. Get an air hookup and a power hookup. Then wheel setups, we've got the Taurus 1670 R20s, the Newmont 1670 R20s U27 are the 1670 R20s L60. Narrow tires, have an old school looking narrow radial. And then back to Taurus, $7,480 to buy as configured, $381 to lease, $74 per day, and $157 per operating hour. Now the other trailer in this pack is actually over here under animals, and it is a water trailer. We have the FMSZ2K. Now this is quite the interesting trailer. I like it because it is original. Kind of interesting. Now, I'm a little saddened, a little disappointed on this trailer because all it holds is water. Let's go back here and take a look. That's the only thing we can transport is clean water. It says tanks transport liquids. Well, indeed, tanks transport liquids, but this trailer seems to only transport one liquid. It would be nice if we could transport other liquids like milk in here, or let's say liquid fertilizer, or let's say, since we have the hazard sign on it, I don't know, herbicide. So this is base $7,850, $400 to lease, $78 per day, and $164 per operating hour. Get no decal, IKR decal, no decal. Oh, there we go. IKR. Put it on the front too. Nope, just on the rear. And then we have the same tire options: the Taurus, the Newmont U27 L60, and the Narrows. Let's get these in the Narrows. And again, we can change the main color, white, design color to gray, and then the rim color to no. Let's get the rim color to white. That looks pretty cool. This trailer holds 5,700 liters of water. The first with a trailer hitch, I did indeed. Let's see if we can train these together. They are dolly trailers, so that might be something that folks aren't too overly keen on. Even dolly trailers is just take your time. Try not to do too much at once. So we do have hose hookups for both the rear and the lead trailer. Let's get over here into the out of the shop so we can do a dump with our first trailer. Attach. Oops. We can go tip side left, tip side right, tip side left or right. Doesn't look like we can tip to the rear. We've seen other trailers of this similar design with respect to how the sides open up. Hydraulic rams just lift the trailer up, and then this I guess attachment attached to the bottom, basically permanently attached to the bottom. As it pulls down, it causes a lever action, basically open the side up. Then the top opens up just by nature of I guess, gravity. Let's go ahead and Flip side to the other side. Little lever animates over to unlatch the top and the bottom. And the top just opens up, stays perfectly flat, straight up and down as a result of gravity. That's pretty cool. So you have brake lights, no reverse lights. That one. Brake lights and reverse lights, 4 ways on both trailers, left and right blinkers on both trailers. All right. There you go, guys. That is the MBP9 and the FMSZ 2K trailers by Patty's Modding. Go ahead and take a look at the next trailer. We have the Valzelli VI-140. Probably butchering these names completely. $22,000. See, it holds all of the standard fill types. 31,000 liter capacity at its most. Base configuration is 27,000 liter capacity. Change it. We can add a little top attachment to it. We have Trelleborg or Michelin tire configurations. Pretty interesting trailer here. We have the main color. We have the rim color. And then the design color. Interesting deal there. $25,900 as configured. $1,320 to lease. $259 per day and $543 per operating hour. This is our trailer. Pretty cool. Looks like we have hose hookups. We have PTO hookup. This trailer is for PC platform only. Now let's go ahead and move out here and just give it a good old tip. See how it works. Control I. Rear end opens up. And then this starts to tip. Pretty cool. Pretty decent capacity for the price also. Speaking of that, let's take a look at the trailers and see what we get in that price range. So $31,000 for $25,000. If we go down here to $31,000 for $35,000. So it is $10,000 cheaper than the in-game Joskin Transpace for the same capacity. And at $25,000, it is 10,000 liters more capacity than the Agroliner. There you go. Let's drop that off. Go ahead and take a look at our next trailer. The next trailer is a Metaltech PBD8 by Matt26. This is a bale trailer. So guess what? We're going to find it under baling technologies. Nonetheless, we have the PBB8. $6,800. A pretty cheap bale trailer. Pretty standard dolly trailer. We've got a metal deck and metal stanchions on the side. We have attacher standard or trailer hitch, so we could possibly chain these together. Wide tires are standard tires. And capacity extension or standard. So look, we could even get those taken away. So that's pretty cool. Go ahead and get one of each. As configured, $8,300. $423 to lease, $83 per day, and $174 per operating hour. Got one line here might be an electrical hose. Electrical line hooks up. You have X to unfold. Fold back. See, when we unfold, we've got these chains that come up. Do have tension belts on the trailer. Pretty nice detailing on the decals, the stickers, the warning labels, and all. See if we can't this dolly hooked up. Not quite. We got the slow warning, slow moving vehicle, triangle in the rear. This might be a decent trailer for an American farmer. Did I get this one with a rear hitch? I did not. I did not get this one with a rear hitch. Okay, I'm trying to hook up the wrong trailer to the wrong trailer. What? I didn't get... Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't get either with a... Why am I even trying then? Alright, well there you go, guys. That is the Metaltech PBB8 by Matt26. Let's move on to the next trailer. We have the Strauderman Apiron 2401. And we go under Tools and then Trailers. The Strauderman Apiron 2401. $28,000 storage capacity is based. It's a long, low trailer. $51,000 to buy. Pretty expensive, too, for the amount of capacity on this thing. $26,001 to lease. $510 per day and $1,071 per operating hour. So we can almost, wow, we can 28. We can almost double the capacity by adding a top to it. Now it's a bit more economical at $56,000. You have Trelleborg wheels or Michelin wheels. And lease this thing up. Take a look at her. PTO and hoses, so this must have a moving floor. PTO on the rear there. We do have reverse lights, brake lights, four ways, left and right. Left click and go forward or up or down. We can change. We can raise and lower that little gate there. If we go left and right with our mouse, we can raise and lower the side also. Right mouse button, left and right, we can raise and lower the right side. Look at that. Alright, let's go over here where we can do a force unload. See how this thing dumps. Control I. See, we do have a moving floor. It's not animated, but we basically would have a moving floor. The little beaters there to break up the chaff. There we go. And that is a Strawderman Apiron 2401 by Oller Henry, and it is available for all platforms. Got one more trailer to look at, and that is an old school cattle trailer by Mossland Mods, MAAS Land Mods. Go to Tools, and then we go over here to Animal Transport. Got the Lizard cattle trailer, $6,000 to buy, $306 to lease, $60 per day, and $126 per operating hour. Change the rim color. Change the main color. Go. This thing up. This trailer has a storage capacity of 4 sheep, 3 pigs, 2 cows. Doesn't look like this can transport any horses. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drive this on up to the animal dealer and just see what these animals look like inside. Hit X to unfold the livestock trailer. It folds down, look at that. You raise and lower the livestock trailer when you are loading and unloading your animals. So I'm going to go ahead and drive on up to the animal dealer, and I'll meet you up there. Alrighty, thanks for joining me. Didn't take too terribly long. Watch out for the train. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and unfold the trailer. Hit R. Let's see, let's load up with 3 Piggly Wigglies. Firm. Oh my gosh, these guys. They won't even fit in. They got to go crooked. Look at that. Alright, let's get rid of the 3 pigs. 3 little pigs. Went to the market. 3, yeah, okay. Go with 4 sheeps. There we go. Pack them in. Pack them in. And then 2 cows. Whoa! We don't want to be on that business end. Close them on up. Haul them off. There you go. Alright, let's get rid of the cows. And let's see. Do we take... Nope. Don't take those. And you know what? Once again, how come nothing lets you haul chickens? Seriously. When are we going to get a chicken trailer that we can haul chickens? Alright guys, well I'm going to drive this back to the shop. And got that. We've got 2 cultivators and 2 seeders to look at, and then we are going to move on to the placeables section. You guys have been super troopers hanging in there. So first up in the cultivators, we have the Porsche Terranado 4FX by Ty Con Ket. It is available for all platforms, PC and console. Let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. Go to, let's see here, cultivators. Indeed it is. We've got the Porsche Terranado 4FX, $13,800 to lease or to purchase. It's a 4-meter cultivator. So let's see where we stand in other 4-meter cultivators. In price range, well, we don't have any 4-meter cultivators. We've got some 3 meters, 3.7 and 4.9 meter cultivators. So look, this thing fills a niche. It's a nice little niche market. We got smooth discs or jagged discs. See the change right there, jagged and smooth. The jagged is $1,000. Look, you get less steel and you pay more money. Tell me how that works. Any rate, $14,800 with jagged discs, $754 to lease. $148 per day, and $310 per operating hour. Go ahead and look on up to this. We still have that front weight on it. Good deal there. Like the colors, like the logos on this thing. It looks pretty good. It is a heavy affair. Indeed. You have hose hookups. Nice to see. And we can fold this up. Look at that. We can hit X. We can fold this up into a nice, easily transportable setup. Look at that. Check how the rear warning labels and lights are moving independent a little bit of the whole attachment, as if the bolts that are holding it there could be tightened up a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like when things have, movements like that. So here you go, guys. This is a confirmation. Anybody that didn't know this knows it now. Poplars regrow. Poplars regrow in Farm Sim 19. Right here. Here we have ready to harvest poplar. Here we have growing poplar. So there you go. You heard it here first if you didn't know about it already. Poplars regrow in Farm Sim 19. There you go. We got pretty cool animations. We've got our spinning discs. We got our packers on the back, and then the bar there, the warning labels and everything. It still continues to flex and move on its own. That's pretty cool. Just gonna go and just drop this tractor off at the edge. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next cultivator, the Agro Maz AT. Let's jump over here to the shop. Find that. Oh, let's see here. Let's see if it's under disc arrows. Indeed, it does. We have the Agro Maz AT30 and AT40. And then we have the SL2. Okay, so the AT30 is 3 meters and the AT40 is 4 meters. 110 horsepower and 150 horsepower, respectively. We have a tubular roller, or packer roller, or a ring roller. Then we have standard attacher, our sewing sections. Huh. This has got a 3-point hitch on the front and the rear sewing sections. So I wonder if there may be something coming that works with this mod. Interesting. $14,750 per day to purchase. $753 per day. $147 to lease. Oh, once again, I got these backwards. Been a long night. At any rate, $752 to lease, $147 per day, $309 per operating hour. Let's take a look at the 4-meter variant of this. And we have the tubular rollers, packer rollers, ring rollers. Let's the packer rollers. They're standard and sewing sections. Go ahead and get one of those. And let's see if we can find... Oh, looky what I found. Awesome. So over here under miscellaneous, we have the FMSZ2K that holds liquid fertilizer and herbicide, everybody. Remember earlier in the video, I was saying, man, I really wish this thing would hold milk, herbicide, liquid fertilizer, and water. Well, we don't get the milk, but we get the liquid fertilizer and water under miscellaneous. So here is the SL2, which is a kind of a warning sign option. Interesting enough, you could use this probably on anything. It's got a 3-point attachment on it. Has power hookups. Main color, we can change the color on here if we want. $3,500 to buy, $178 to lease, $35 per day, and $73 per operating hour. Go ahead and small tractor here. So that has the horsepower we need. Yeah, the that cedar box or whatever that option is, that sounds pretty interesting. So let's go ahead and hook up to the good old 4-meter version. See, we've got that 3-point hitch there. Oh, look at that! Holy cow! Talk about lifting it up high. Right? Alright, what we're going to do is we're going to drop got brake lights, we've got 4 ways on there. So before we go and look at, oops, let's drop that off. Now before we go and try out this cultivator, I want to go ahead and take a look at the last implement that we're going to look at today, and that is the Amazon D9 pack. It is a pair of seeders. So go to Tools and Seeders. We've got the Amazon D9 3000 Super 3-meter and 4-meter seeders. We've got the D830. Amazon D830 is the in-game 3-meter seeder. Holds 1,000 liters of seed, 85 horsepower. And then, I guess the next generation, the D9 3000 Super, holds just 600 liters of seed, 70 horsepower. We have a choice of rim configurations. And we could get it without disc markers or with disc markers. Standard or handrail. And we could get standard wheels or alternative wheels. It's like they're smaller, kind of little agar wheels. Go ahead and lease that. $14,500, $739 to lease, $145 per day, and $304 per operating hour. Now, we've got the 4-meter version. Take a look at this thing. Same configuration options, 830 liters, with and without disc markers, standard with handrail, and let's get these little alternative wheels. 90 horsepower requirement, 9 miles per hour. As configured, this is a $20,000 seeder, $1,020 to lease, $200 per day, and $420 per operating hour. Now, why I really like this, it is a 3-point hitch seeder, 4-meter variety. So we've got the 4-meter cultivator we just looked at, but we also could have a 4-meter subsoiler in the Combi Plow Gold or the DC 401 that we could go with. We also have what we've got. Where is it? Yeah, the 4-meter power harrow here that we could hook up to this and then put that seeder on the back, should we so wish. And the reason we would maybe prefer to do that is the Kuhn 4-meter seeder doesn't have any seed capacity. It requires the front seat tank. But maybe you've got a tractor that doesn't have a front 3-point hitch, so you can't use this. Well, that's where this one might come in play, because you've got a 3-point connection on it. Let's go ahead and hook up. That was funny. I don't care who you are. That was funny. All right, let's go ahead and get big bags. Let's get a seed. Put this whole thing down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I can't. Oh, no. Can't do what I wanted to do. This won't work. Oh, no. Oh, my world is over. The world is ended. And of course, that one is now front. Well, that's a little depressing. I was hoping I could use the Agramaz cultivator with this, but I guess I can't. At any rate, I could use a 4-meter subsoiler. I could cultivate, get the plow bonus, and then seed right behind it. I don't need a front 3-point hitch to use the Kuhn seeder. I can just use this. Let's head on up to the kind of hangs kind of low. Head on up here and just see how it works in this configuration. And then once we're done, we're going to jump on up to the to our placeables area and then give a little spin on checking out the placeables. So let's lower this down. Let's turn this on. Put wheat in the ground. There you go. We're now cultivating, plow bonus, and putting down wheat in a 4-meter spread. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get on over here to the placeables area and start taking a look at the placeables released this week. So guys, we have made it to the placeables section of this week's weekend roundup, and we're going to start with the large vehicle shed by FA285634. That is a mouthful right there. So let's go ahead and go to placeables, and this is going to be under sheds, and we've got the vehicle storage right here, $32,000. Let's go ahead and just rotate it. Like you see, it kind of rotates on. Well, I don't really know where it's rotating. It's not really rotating on its corner, because wherever it's rotating from should be stationary, and the corner is still moving around. But at any rate, you can see it rotates fairly close to that particular corner. Go ahead and put this thing down and take a look at it. Got a nice dark wood texture. We've got some nice deco on the sides. Deco might be floaty a little bit. I'm sure that might be a little bit difficult to get all the way down on the ground. We do have lights. So we've got that light. We have individual lights for each bay. There we go. Kind of like the inside of this with the wood studs, and then the outside wood laving or sheeting or whatever you want to call that. Then we've got some doors that open up. And once again, we've got those lights. So, there we go. So, I mean, that is the large... Oops, did I go and shut the door? That is the large vehicle shed. We got 2 areas with doors to house larger, longer vehicles. And then we've got 3 bays for shorter vehicles. And then we've got some nice decoration around the building. Right here on the side, we've got some posters and everything. Pallets, trash, whatnot. Stuff's a little floaty. It's not too terrible bad. Again, that is the large vehicle shed by FA285634. Next mod we're going to take a look at is the hall. Go ahead and go to Placeables, and let's take a look at sheds. Is right here. The big hall, $80,000, quite a bit more expensive than the first building we took a look at. Let's take a look and see how it spins. See, it spins pretty much on the center of the building, which is pretty good. When we put it down, it replaces the ground texture a little bit with a little bit of concrete. Got concrete, then green wood siding, and then we've got a nice roof. Some nice wooden doors going on. It looks like we've got some lights. See if we can find the light switch. There we go. That's this bay. It's a switch for that bay. There you go. We got our lights. Do like how we also have modeled the wiring, going into some wire molding, then scooting across the roof over to the light, and the wiring scoots across over here. There's some flex conduit around the I-beam. So that light, and then it comes in here to this transfer box, and then down into the ground. That's pretty cool details. I like that. So we've got a fire extinguisher here. Always good to have a fire extinguisher. We are dealing with vehicles and buildings. So that is the hall, and that is by Lock Tinbrar. And I should say this mod is for all platforms. I forgot to mention that in the other vehicle shed, and it is also for all platforms. Now we're going to take a look at the multi-purpose barn with red doors. And there are a few of these. So we've got a small barn, $20,000. Go ahead and rotate this thing around. You can see it rotates on its center axis. We've got 2 doors, it looks like. Let's put it over here. Then we have the medium barn, just $27,500. Looks like it is a little bit bigger. We have the small barn, which is to the closest to me, and then we have kind of an addition to that. And then we've got the large barn, which basically is the small barn with 2 additions off on either side. That is $35,000. And these buildings are by Dorset. And this is, once again, available for all platforms. So let's just run over here and just take a look. Really nice detailing on the brick. Nice old looking brick. You can see into the windows. Windows are kind of dirty, kind of frosted over. Pretty cool looking. You have a rear door. Door open. The rear door does not open. Oh man, I would hope that the rear door opened, but maybe it opens from the inside. Got a nice texture on the roof. We can see the wood on the roof, and then I wonder how that is. Let's see here. How is that roof? It's a tile roof. So we can see the wood underneath the tile down here. Go ahead and open up the door. Door opens to the inside. Okay, we must have to go inside to open the bigger doors. So go. Oh, look at that. We got some really cool rock floor, stone floor. Slide the bar out of the way. Open the doors to the outside. And I bet you this door then opens also now. Slide the bar out of the way. It opens up. Pretty cool. And do we have working lights? You know, it looks like we've got lights in here. Do we have a light switch, or do these lights just come on automatically? Looks like they must come on automatically because I'm not seeing any kind of light switch. Let's come on over here and just check out the other building. So again, it's basically the first building with an addition over here. We've got an interesting diamond brick pattern there. That's kind of a horizontal scoring across the top, across the middle of the building there in the brick. Kind of, I guess, to give it a little bit of a decorative appearance to it. Oh my, we've got some birds. Birds stuck in the building. So, once again, we've got our doors that open on the inside. And then we've got this large area here. Place all kinds of equipment over here off to the side. Pretty cool. And then we've got the third building right here. Looks like I placed it the wrong direction because we're going to have to run around the other side of the building. So then we've got the large building, which is basically repeating of the first building right here. And we've got the extension off to the left and off to the right this time. So we should have like a football field inside here that we can put all kinds of stuff in. Look at that. I mean, that's massive. You could probably put your whole fleet in here, unless you had something like, 15 tractors and 30 implements or something. You can put down one building and put all of your stuff in it right here. Let's go ahead and just close that up. Again, that is the multi-purpose barns with red doors by Dorset, and it is for all platforms. The last shed we're going to take a look at today is the carry-on shed, and it is by Ash Candy, DocServe, and Carian. It is also for all platforms, so if you go to sheds, here we are, we've got the Carian shed. Let's just go ahead and zoom on out a little bit. Let's rotate this around. It rotates on its center. Put it down. And here we are. It's one of those open-sided sheds. You can see it does change the texture to a kind of a concrete texture. We've got a nice February calendar here. We've got a step ladder, a hose, fire extinguisher, some graphics. Look at those graphics on the side of the building. And I think we've got the same graphic over here on this side. Fire extinguisher. We've got a little bit of bulletin board in here. Not a lot going on, but pretty nice, attractive looking building at any rate. Again, this is for all platforms. So the next thing we're going to look at, next placeable we're going to look at, is the multi-filling station. So if we go to our silos, check under miscellaneous. Here we go. We have the multi-filling station, $10,000. Here you can buy anything you like. Delivery people will take 10% and 15% on any crop harvest. What? What? What is that? What does that mean? They'll take 10 to 15% of my crop harvest. Then we have the Black Edition. 10 to 15% on any... What? Are they taking part of my harvest? What is that supposed to mean? Well, this mod is by Castiga Edge Gaming. It is available for all platforms. And let's just go ahead and get a tractor over here with a trailer and basically see what we can fill with this thing. So here we've got a trailer full of straw. Just going to drop the straw. We don't need it. Get rid of it later. I'd like to know how straw that was in that trailer could make that big of a pile, right? Come on up here, and still don't understand the delivery people take 10% and 15% on any crop harvest. What? I don't know if I like that. Alright, so here we can select a silo whose content you want to load your vehicle. Wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybeans, corn, potatoes, sugar beet, sugarcane, seed, mixed rations, chaff, wood chips, silage, grass, hay, straw, fertilizer, manure, pig food, lime. There you go. Pretty much all of the products that this particular trailer will hold. Right there. So it's pretty much all of the fill types in the game. This one over here will do the same thing. It's just a different color. We liked how we've got a light, a pole light there. Edge, corn, sail. Edge, sail. Yeah. I'm still hung up. I don't understand this 10 to 15% on any crop harvest. Someone wants to explain what on earth that's supposed to mean. And the last place we're going to take a look at today is the chicken stable. It is by Big E, and it is available for all platforms. So once again, if we go to Placeables and then Animal Pens, we're going to find the chicken stable with feed silo. It's a nice little building. Nice little building. Go ahead and put it down. Look at that. We can imagine you could put 3 of those chicken things inside that big building there. So here we've got our chicken stable. Come up here, we can purchase our chickens. Space to confirm. This thing has a capacity of 495 chickens. Are you serious? 495 chickens? Let's go ahead and let's just get a lot of chickens. Let's confirm that. And this is where we need to bring our food. So let's go over here and get some wheat. Oh, that should be enough. $2,284. Is that a good price? $2,284. $5,800 liters. So 5,800 liters divided by $2,800. It's $2 per liter. No, that's wrong. It's about 50 cents per liter. Not really, but close to it. I'm having trouble. There we go. Chickens on the inside here. Oh, we got a little bit of a fill plane in all the little plates there. Okay. Let's go ahead and check the animals. And the chicken feed stable. Okay, we got 20 chickens. Let's see what's going on inside. Door. Squeeze through on in here. It's pretty cool. Little spot out here in the back for the chickens to go outside. And let's see. Let's fast forward time and see what happens here. Is that some eggs already? I wonder if do we get eggs in that thing, or do we magically get egg crates? Let's just fast forward this. See what happens. Going through like a whole day and we haven't seen any chickens yet, or any eggs yet. Getting out here. Oh, are you serious? This doesn't do a thing, it's just decorative. Let's get out the trigger. Probably see another box plop down. Yep, look at that. So this thing doesn't even do anything. It'd be cool if it did. I tell you, it would be cool if it did. Either way, even though it doesn't, this is still a pretty cool little building. Kind of like it. Like you can see inside here and look at your chickens. The fact that it holds 495 chickens, I mean, that is pretty crazy. I was talking with some folks over on the Discord about how it'd be cool to have a modern chicken house. One of those big, long buildings that could have a couple thousand chickens in them. So this is kind of close to that. Only 495 chickens. Let's go over here and just see. Yep. These buildings do light up at night. And let's see if this one lights up. Well, this one lit up because we had light switches. Does this one have lights? Nope. Does not have any lights. Alright guys, so that is the Placeable mods that were released this week. We'll be right back with you and talk to you about the script mods that were released this week. So guys, we've made it to the script mods, and we're not going to cover all of the script mods that were released or updated this week, mostly because, well, the ones that are updated, we already covered those. I'll just talk really briefly about what was updated. And also, there was another one that was released in the Mod Hub this week that we talked about way back Christmas Day, or very close to Christmas Day. So we're not going to really go into a lot of detail about that one, because I did cover that one a few months ago when it was released over at LS Mod Company. The first one we're going to talk about is the Park Vehicle mod. That one was updated this week. That mod is by Vertex Design. And basically, the changelog says he fixed a bug with horses. So, I don't know. I've not... Honestly, personally, I'm not going to use the Park Vehicle mod in single player. I personally don't have a problem just tabbing around until I find what I want to get into. Now, in this scenario, I only have 2 tractors and a train. But I've got save games where I've got 7 or 8 vehicles. I have absolutely no problem just hitting tab a few times until I get to what I want. I was given a good work scenario for this mod in multiplayer, where you may be a contractor of 3 or 4 different farmers. And as a result of being a contractor, you end up being able to tab through their vehicles. So what you could do is you could basically park all of the contracting vehicles that you are a contractor for, and then you only tab through the ones on your farm. So that would work. But personally, I don't plan on using Park Vehicle. Sorry about that, guys. I'm getting a little dry after all of this talking. But at any rate, I don't plan on using this Park Vehicle mod too terribly much, and I haven't used it in the past. So I didn't run into the issue with the horses. Other mod that we're not really going to go into a lot of detail on is the front axle lock remover. That is by Modelicher over at LS Mod Company. And I did a mod review of this way back around Christmas Day. It was released over there at LS Mod Company around that time frame. But let me show you basically the pictures in the mod hub, and it'll give you a little bit of detail as to what this thing really does. So here we've got basically a tractor with the front loader, and it's hard to see, but if you look here, you'll see that the axle is straight across. It's got a front loader arms. This wheel is up off the ground. And in this picture, it's basically very similar to the same angle, except now he has the mod activated. And you can see that the tractor is off at a tilt, and the front axle is clearly flat to the ground. So basically that's what it does. Default in-game, if you have the front loader arms, for some reason it makes this front axle no longer tilt left and right. But this mod basically releases that, so it does tilt left and right. Now another mod that we're not going to talk about today, because quite frankly, I don't understand it, is auto drive. I think I would probably need 3 or 4 hours of messing with it to have any semblance of understanding how to use it. I watched the video. The video's in German. I don't speak German, so it didn't help me out much. But based on the screenshots and based on the video, it appears that it allows you to basically set off your workers to drive to specific areas of the map, drive on loops, drive to sell points, drive to the shop, drive back, drive around your farm. It doesn't do field work. So this is kind of like Courseplay, but kind of not. And it looks like in the mod, because I looked through the mod, it looks like there's a config file for the 2 default maps. I don't know what you have to do for a mod map. You might have to go and record all of these courses. It might somehow scan the map and figure it out. I don't know. Again, from a personal standpoint, I'm likely never going to use auto drive. If it came out in Farm Sim 17, I never used it because I don't mind driving to destinations. In fact, Courseplay, I pretty much use Courseplay for field work when I use it. I hardly ever use Courseplay to actually drive the sell points, to drive around. I tend up just driving the fields myself on the roads and such. So, again, I'm not going to be able to figure out how to do this quickly in the time that from the video time the mod was released until the time that I am doing this video. So I'm just going to give you that up front. But, yeah, you can watch the video. It might help you out. Hopefully someone will release an English version of a tutorial on how to use auto drive. It's not going to be me, sadly, because I'm not going to use this in my personal gameplay, and I'm pretty sure it's going to take a few hours to figure out how to use this thing. And again, if I don't have it around my head why I would be using this, I don't think I'm going to be able to do a very good video on it. So those are the 3 mods that were released and updated this week that we're really not going to talk about that are script related. So with that, let's go talk about the mods we are going to talk about. First one is an inspector mod. So you've been seeing these words up here on the screen. Bandit 750 straw, 88% full. The Drakkar 8600 with total mixed rations at 39% full. Got a water trailer at 42% full. Got a Seed Hawk seeder with 4 and 5% full. Got several wool pallets. And if we go into the tractor, you can see we are in the 7210 Pro. Back up to this tractor, you can see we are in the Puma 200 CVX. Basically, this is a display mod. It will display for you what is associated with your farm, your implements, your attachments, what capacity what is in them, their fill type, how much is in them, wool pallets. I suspect you probably would have chicken crates and all kinds of information. If we tab into the train, I'm not a giant fan of that color because I really have a hard time seeing that color. But at any rate, let's get to somewhere where it's actually got some contrast. Probably right around there. At any rate, you can see that we've got, you know, diesel locomotive. We've got our grain carts. If we had grain in those carts, it would give you the fill percentage and the fill type. I'm not probably going to use this mod because I kind of like the vehicle inspector mod that puts the information up in the upper left screen. I've been using that quite a bit for the last several months. But this is along the same general line of the vehicle inspector mod, except it gives you a bit more information. According to the mod description, you can press Control 6 to change how things are displayed. So let's try that. Control and then number 6. See if we get a lot more information. Just cycle around, hitting Control 6 a few times. And we can hit Control 9. And basically Control 9 will reload the configuration file. Let me show you where the configuration file is stored, by the way. Just give me a few seconds to pull this up. So the configuration file is here under My Games, Farm Sim 2019, Mod Settings, and you're going to find an Inspector folder. Right here, Inspector. And if we look in here, this on over here, basically see that we have our configurations. We can go in here and we can basically change the location. We can change font size if we want to make things bigger and everything. So everything in here. So if we go in here and we basically make this font size, well, let's change this to a 2 and just see what happens, okay? So we're going to save that. And then if we go back to the game and we hit Control 9, you see it basically reloaded the information, and wow, that is a lot bigger. So that's how you can make the font size bigger for the Inspector mod. Now, let's go ahead and, let's hit Control 6 and see about, there we go. Let's minimize that down a little bit so it's not in our way. The next mod we're going to take a look at is Follow Me. Now, Follow Me is a mod that has been, well, where is the other tractor? No. Oh, there it is. So, Follow Me has been a very, very heavily anticipated mod, and it is finally out. Get rid of this auto drive thing. Like I said, I tried it, I couldn't figure it out. All I ended up doing was driving around in circles at the shop. And let me make this Inspector font smaller. I'm going to make it micro small. That way it is out of my way. Control 9. There we go. How about that? Now it's out of my way. So Follow Me. What it does is it allows you to configure vehicles to follow other vehicles. Hence the name Follow Me. So what I've got is I've got 2 tractors here. The way you can work this is you can chain as many vehicles as you want together. So we come up to the tractor we want to follow, or the vehicle we want to follow. We hit left or right Control F. Okay? And then what we can do is holding the right control down. Let's pull up the F1 menu. Holding the right control down, we can do S to increase the distance behind the leader, or W to decrease the distance. Okay? And we can even go further. Let's move over here out of the way. At this point, we are basically even with the leader. And we can even set it so that we are ahead of the leader. Okay? Now, when you read this information, it says leader behind. That means the leader will be behind the tractor that is, quote, following. If we do S, okay, we back up. Now, leader ahead basically means that the leader tractor will be 20 meters ahead of the following tractor. So what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about the offset here in a little bit. Let me go ahead and drive the leading tractor. And remember, we have it set to 20. So our follower is basically going to follow me with a 5.5 meter offset and stay approximately 20 meters behind. Not so good with the stopping. It's staying 20 meters behind, but you get the point. Now, something else we can do when we are in the lead tractor, we can right, shift, and H. And what that will do is basically tell him to wait. We can go off and do whatever we want. We can drive wherever we want. Okay, we're going to drive over here to the end of the world. And then we're going to hit left shift H. And he's going to come and follow me. Now, there is a distance limit. If the following tractor gets too far behind, he will just give up and quit. But you can see that the following tractor is basically trying to follow the course that I drove and stay basically offset and behind. So once again, if we're also in the lead tractor, we can right shift and we can basically W and S and tell basically the following tractor we want to increase or decrease the lead. And we can use A and D to change the offset. Now for me, the offset is backwards. And it just may be that I am thinking backwards. But for me, the offset always feels backwards. Like if I want to offset to the left, then I have to basically pick the offset right, etc. So I basically can hit left shift A. And now he's going to offset a 0.5 meter to the left. You can have him offset 2 meters to the left. Let's go a couple more. So now we're 3 meters to the left and left shift W. So now he's 1 meter behind me, 3 meters to the left offset. Let's shoot this over a little bit more. Now, this looks like it would be absolutely perfect if we were forage harvesting and we told our follower to basically follow the forage harvester with a tipper trailer. See how that would work. Other uses for this would be, let's say we are, let's say we're mowing, and then we set someone to follow behind with a tedder that would follow directly behind us, some distance behind. Then we would have someone following them, maybe with a windrow rake. And then we would have someone following them behind in a baler, so we could have a 4-tractor chain with 3 followers all following each other. And basically, in the time that it takes for you to mow the field, you can mow it, ted it, windrow it, and bale it all at once. And then the way you could stop this is left in the leading tractor, left shift F to basically turn the follower off. Now, if we were in the following tractor, the way this would work, let's hit Control F. We go right Control F to turn the follower off. So if we are in the tractor following, all the commands are left or right Control, and then F, W, A, S, and D. Okay? If we are in the lead tractor, they are all right shift. W, A, S, and D. The way if you were going to link multiple tractors together is basically you would start at the rear. So if we had a 4-tractor train and we were basically mowing, tedding, baling, or raking and baling, we would start back at the baling tractor. We would configure it to follow the rake. And then we would jump up to the rake. We would configure it to follow the tedder. Then we would jump up to the tedder. We would configure it to follow the mower. And then we would jump up to the mower, and then we would use the mower to mow the field. We'd hire a helper I don't think you can hire. Well, I guess you can hire a helper to mow, but that might be a little dangerous with 4 tractors all in a follow me line. You can set the first one off on course play. You can do all kinds of things. So that is Follow Me, much anticipated, probably the most exciting script mod that we're going to see this week. The last mod we're going to look at that is a script mod is the light control. So the way this works is basically, normally you have to start your tractor to turn your lights on. In the 1.3 update, you can now turn your lights off if the tractor is off, but you can't turn the lights on unless the tractor is on. What the light control does is I can now turn the lights on no matter what. See, I can't, my engine's not on. I can turn the lights on and off. If I had a hired helper, I could basically turn the lights on and off with the hired helper hired. So it basically just lets you turn the lights on and off whenever you want, regardless of engine state, regardless if you have a helper on or not. That is light control. And light control is by Viper GTS 96. And I have to say that I failed to say that Follow Me is by Decker MMIV. And Auto Drive is by BALU. Did I mention? I don't think I mentioned Inspector either. I've been, it's a long night. Inspector is by Fritsch. I can't pronounce that. FRUCHTZWERG. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please go ahead and click the like button. I want to thank you guys for sticking it out. I know there were a lot of mods this week, and I just wanted to just hammer this out in one giant video and just get her done. So we have done that. Once again, tune in for next week's Weekend Roundup, where we cover all of the mods released in the Giants Mod Hub for the week. And until next time, happy farming.